Came down to Au Cheval over in Tribeca. Our reservation was 6:45, but parking only allows you to park legally after 7 p.m. So I am over here just holding it down outside in front of the car because I can't get caught up in no ticket. 5 minutes left. I should leave early, but I don't trust it. These tickets be high in the city. So we just gonna wait it out. Gotta go down the alley to get to this place. Headed to this spot. Gotta walk down the alley. It's all good. Oh, this place is kind of dope. There you go. Thank you.
Do you want to pay with points?
Really good.
That sounds good.
Show the ring, pow. Bam.
All right, here we is out here.
Can't make more
Just
noise.
left the restaurant. Listen, this is enough noise right here. I'm at the Brooklyn Public Library today because I need to learn about the canon is like a greatest hits for artists. You know, if you do something significant, if you do something historical, you make it into the canon. I'm over here at the library seeing what kind of resources I can get because I want to be in the canon. First thing I need to do is figure out who up in there looks like me and how I can join them, all right? So, you know, we're gonna go up in this library. Let me see what I can get. The guy told me that I needed to walk down here, past the business center. The next glass encasing will be art and music. So that's where we headed. See what we can find. So I'm sitting outside the library and I'm unfortunately not any closer to getting into the canon, but I did see some cool books on artists that are already in there. And so, you know, knowledge is power. You know, we working. I see a lot of art books, but none specifically addressing what I'm after. So, you know, time to go do more research, see who the other black artists are in the artistic canon. I was just thinking, do you guys remember the movie Revenge of the Nerds. Okay. Revenge of the Nerds is a movie that came out like in the 80s. All right. It's about a group of nerds who go to college and basically get bullied. They try to join fraternities and stuff like that, and they get turned away. Kind of ironic because all of them weren't nerds. It was basically a group of outcasts. You know what I mean? The main guys were nerds, but then you had like the gay guy who was also black. You had a guy named Booger, and his claim to fame was he put boogers on people. So you had these really like outcast, crazy characters, right? And look at these. It's like 10 dogs. Yeah, see this? Oh, don't be racist. Where was I? Yeah, so you had this group of outcasts, and they are the nerds, right? And they're trying to get into this fraternity, which is the Alpha Betas. And the Alpha Betas is like, nah. And what's crazy is the head Alpha Beta is Derek from Shrinking. You know, the fun-loving Derek from Shrinking is the villain in Revenge of the Nerds. John Goodman is also the coach of the team and the advisor. So they had to start another fraternity because they couldn't get into any of the fraternities on campus. And to do that, they turned to a black fraternity. All right, the fraternity was called Lambda Lambda Lambda. Right, I talked to the Lambda 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 people, and they get a charter to start a chapter at their school. I think it's called Adams or something like that. So they start the fraternity, and they have this big competition, and they actually end up winning the competition, right, over the Alpha Betas. The Alpha Betas tear up their house, trash their house, and at the end of the movie, they have this big old pep rally, and the nerds basically are like devastated because they just got their house, demolished, and so they show up to the thing, to the party, or the pep rally, I should say, and they want answers. They mad. They're mad about their house and their crib, and John Goodman and one of the nerds, the guy from Grey's Anatomy, I think, he basically is ready to, he's ready to scrap. So he goes and gets the mic, and him and John Goodman, they're fighting over the mic, right? And at that point, that's when the black fraternity basically come in as reinforcements.
You just hold it right there.
They roll up like the movie Malcolm X, and they like line up and they form a barrier, And Bernie Casey is like the head Lambda 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 guy, and he he basically shuts John Goodman down, and he's like, yo, y'all not gonna do that. Y'all gonna let my man do his thing. So he gives them the mic. He tells a speech about them being nerds and not being accepted, and they ride off into the sunset. To me, that is a metaphor for America. Black people are the minority that stands up for everybody. And that's how it's been. It's just my crazy thinking. Revenge of the Nerds, y'all. Check it out. Yo, shout out to Flatbush Avenue. I was on TikTok and I saw somebody did a countdown of I think it was like the 15 worst streets to live in New York City. Flatbush Avenue was number 10. Like, are y'all crazy? Like, Flatbush is fire. It's like diverse and it's nice little businesses on here. Look at that. Little Nature's Cleanse store. We got True Hair Company right here. It's not Soho, but I mean, come on. 10th worst? Jeez.
The Fennel.
No, a mini margarita.
Everything was good.
Cinnamon roll, banger. Dropping roll. Was having a nice conversation with the owner of Cloudy Donuts. If you know, you know. They stand on business over here, and so we over here supporting those people. You know what I mean? Because we with that. We all the way with that sentiment. Standing on business. Ain't that right, baby?
That's right. That's totally it.
Absolutely. Perfection.
Shit, jump, shot, but how about Erin, how y'all doing? Yeah, I might have you surprise my wife and whatever. Yeah, already. You know, we appreciate the opportunity, but that's, so, I mean, it's a great thing. Shorty does her thing. She got
Probably just a little bit. Would your mom like this?
Yes, she was.
And I guess based on how I feel about it.
The other day we went to the library, did a little research on the canon because, you know, we still working towards that. I'm still here talking with you guys about the canon and the black artists within the canon. And I did a little research. I went on Chat GPT. And I be feeling some kind of way about going on Chat GPT because it's like cheating. I'm used to like doing research and going through books and taking notes and using a highlighter and highlighting things, and you just put the prompt in Chat GPT and it just gives you like a detailed answer, a nuanced answer. It's crazy. It's a little bit too nuanced for my comfort, but I'm still going to use it because there's no need in falling behind. You know, we might as well use these resources, but I feel sorry for the kids. Like, how are they going to think critically? That's crazy when all of the answers are right there in these prompts. But either way, I got this list. I'm ready. It has the artists that are already solidified within the canon. And it also has the artists that are on the verge of entering the canon. This is in no particular order, and this is not a comprehensive list, okay? Just to let everybody know, this is not all of the black artists that are in the canon. This is more like the contemporary artists within the canon that ChatGPT came up with. Not to mention, there was probably 3 or 4 people that, you know, I did like multiple lists, okay? Every time one or two people would not make the list, and so I would have to go back and add them in any way. But either way, this is where we are with the list based on ChatGPT's findings and sort of the people who I know and I'm familiar with. So without further ado, Jean-Michel Basquiat, neo-expressionist conceptual graffiti OG. Kerry James Marshall, black figuration master painter OG. Kara Walker, satirical drawing and silhouette of the antebellum South OG. Glenn Ligon, text-based paintings on race and identity OG. David Hammonds, post-medium black conceptual mythic reclusive OG. Lorna Simpson, photo and text-based on gender and identity OG. Mark Bradford, large-scale abstraction building and destroying everyday materials OG. Theaster Gates, social practice, archival, ceramicist, and urban renewal as art OG. Julie Meritu, large-scale cartographical layered abstraction OG. Carrie Mae Weems, conceptual narrative photographer of domesticity OG. Rashid Johnson, post-medium materiality of blackness and collective anxiety OG. Simone Lee, powerful ceramics and bronze sculptures of women OG. Titus Caffer, colonial deconstruction within painting OG. Deanna Lawson, large format staged vernacular photography OG. Stan Douglas, black Canadian conceptual photo and installation OG. Charles Gaines, conceptual figuration and system-based painting OG. Stanley Whitney, abstract color box painting OG. Henry Taylor, expressionistic black figuration OG. Micheline Thomas, femininity and interiors photography and mixed media OG. Jamel Shabazz, black vernacular street photography OG. Virgil Abloh, conceptual fashion, culture, and design OG. And as for the list of the people on the verge of canonical status, we got Nathaniel Mary Quinn, Latoya Ruby Frazier, Njideka Akinyele Crosby, Toyin Oju Adutolo, Jordan Castile, Farrelly Baez, Jacoby Satterwhite, Derek Adams, Lauren Halsey, Shabala LaSelf, Colleen Smith, Khalil Joseph, Candace Williams, Zora Opoku, and Cassie Nomada.